If there's one major thing I've learned today is the art of doing nothing. Doing nothing is something that gets misunderstood all the time, as you being lazy, as you being, can't be asked, can't be bothered, being unproductive. But it's actually sometimes you need to be doing nothing, as in giving yourself permission to rest, not just physically but mentally rest. Spend a portion of your day doing nothing, because when you're doing nothing, you're still doing something, you're still allowing recovery to happen. And it's important for self-regulation, is also important for feeling less overstimulated, feeling more calm about things. And so yeah, because if you pile on the work, and you think, oh, I just need to be consistent, I need to keep going. Yes, in some ways, consistency is key, but at the same time, burnout is not what you want. So there has to be times where you're genuinely taking breaks, as in you spend half a day or the day not doing, not trying to be productive, all the time. Not trying to forever have things to tick off from your to-do list. I've done away with to-do lists. I don't use that anymore or anything like that, because I find that when I give myself permission to just show up and do nothing, quote unquote, I actually end up doing some things that make me feel more satisfied and more aligned, more natural, more in tune with the universe. Like, yeah, woo-woo, but yeah, genuinely true. Because when you keep a to-do list or something, you're like limiting yourself to those specific things you wrote down. And it's like, what if you could just let go, do less, but also get more out of your day, and especially just feel relaxed as well. Because sometimes I've learned I'm doing too much. You're probably doing too much. And you keep chasing and chasing and chasing and forever moving the goalpost because you're so driven and so ambitious. You're forever moving the goalpost, so whatever you achieve, you'll end up not feeling happy about it. Maybe you'll feel happy for like 3 seconds, then it will disappear. So the best way to, I had to realize, in myself, just chill out. Because it's like whenever I achieve something or feel like I've done something good, it's like I want to keep that going even to the point of exhaustion. And it's like, that's not gonna make me happy. That's gonna make me feel pressured. The pressure to make myself be perfect, that's what just causes. Okay, so how about this? Think of a machine. Even a machine needs maintenance and rest, like if you are constantly running it, constantly overloading the machine or whatever for it to do its task, constant, it's gonna start breaking down more regularly. And so if you use that analogy, obviously if that's a machine, think about a human being like you and me. Like, we need to rest, but sleep is not enough, especially if you're neurodivergent or suspect yourself to be. Self-diagnosis is definitely valid. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Not everyone can afford an assessment or get access to it. So, all this for me to say, so if a machine needs care, maintenance, rest, human beings we definitely, as people, we need to rest. And it's not just physically resting, it's like rest mentally. Because let's say you're like me, you have a 9 to 5, you're working hard, and then when you come home, you want to do your creative work, you want to do your personal projects, you want to write out ideas and stuff, you want to work the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9. Like, oh my gosh, like, it's just too much. So if you're doing too much, do nothing. Because this whole day I did an experiment where I did nothing, and you know what I ended up doing? I ended up feeling natural. I ended up quickly rewatching one of my favorite shows. Is called Messiah, and it was from a 2020 Netflix show. Like, it's really good. And I learned like a lot of lessons from that, reflected on it. I also had some fun, listened to music. I rested, like I chilled. I drew some art and stuff. I made some intuitive art. Yeah. So it's like when you do away with any to-do list or anything like that, as long as your main responsibility of the day is done, you can literally do anything. It frees up space for you to be open to the possibilities and to be connected with your most natural self that gets everything that it wants, that it needs, you put yourself in alignment that way. Rather than if you were to stick with, oh, well, I have to do this and I have to do that. Therefore, I cannot do the things outside of the things I have to do. No. And that is what I have been, that's what I have been doing all my life, accidentally. So please do nothing, rest. Don't, if you want to get anything done, if you want to level up, if you want to change into a different person, rest first. Rest. Do nothing. And, okay, I somewhat got this concept, but I'm sure the character didn't fully mean it that way. I've just expanded it to mean it like that. But the character, if you watch Euphoria, the character Maddie, when the show was talking about when she was little and the way she was raised, the way she would study, wealthy, successful looking women who were all pretty and done up. They had their nail, their hair did, everything. She would study them. The way they walked into the room, she would study the way they behaved and everything. And she realized the common pattern between all those, wealthy, privileged ladies, which was they did nothing. They literally did nothing. And, they weren't chasing anything. That's the main point she made. They weren't, obviously easy for them, you'd think, because they're privileged. If you are privileged or more wealthy, then you do have all the time in the world to kick your feet up and look pretty and, do nothing. But it's sort of a lie, it's an illusion when you say that, just because I'm not rich, I can't relax. No, I feel like that's what people want us to think, so that we're always hustling, we're always trying to break our backs and be mules for companies that don't give a shit about us, society that don't give a shit. Yeah, that sounded a little conspiracy theory sort of thing, but you know what? Yeah, I said what I said. It's like, you don't have to live that reality. You can still have, I'm sure every single person, as busy as they say they are, have a spare 10 minutes of the day for something. Wherever, like you have food breaks, you have breaks to go bathroom, you have breaks to like take a shower, clean up. Like, we have time. Some people do genuinely have more time than others, but that's not the point. The point is every little helps. Do the little things you can do. But anyway, back to in Euphoria, right? When Maddie was analyzing those women, and she was saying how they literally do nothing, and it's like they showed up as if they were worthy and enough as they naturally are, and that's the point I've extrapolated it to. Like, the universe wants us all to be natural, but that's not what people in society wants, because that's not what keeps the money in their pockets. What keeps the money in their pockets, right? These, people, whoever they are, CEOs and all that, is having people work themselves to death, like having people hustle, be like, oh, how am I going to pay this off? Oh, I can't relax. Oh, I have to take a double shift. Oh, I have to work this weekend. Yeah, it was very sad, but that's what they want everyone frantic, so that they forget about themselves, they forget about following their hearts, they forget about what is truly important in life. The fact that they're human beings, not human doings, not machines. We're not machines. We're not machines.